Hey folks, welcome to the Plainview Swim and Dive Team online registration. You got here by going to the Plainview website and clicking on the online registration link. This is probably your first time here, and we know that because this is the first year that we're using this type of system for registration for kids to swim or dive for the Plainview Swim and Dive Team. Let's go ahead and get started. Since it's your first time, you're going to click New User, so go ahead and do that. That's going to take you to the next page where you're going to begin registering your swimmer. Notice this is swimmer and diver information as we go. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and put in their first name, their last name, and their gender. Put M or F for male or female, and their birth date. 2 days or 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day. And go ahead and put in the full year. You'll notice our swimmer in this test is 9 years old, and they're going to be using an adult small shirt. Now, the next thing you need to recognize is the question that says, are you an active USA swimmer as of May 28, 2013? Really, the best way to say this to you is if you have no idea what that means, you're not. So don't worry about that. We're moving on to the Big Fish, Little Fish program. And the Big Fish, Little Fish program is essentially an opportunity for the older kids and the younger kids to pair up during the season, get to know each other, encourage each other through practices and meets, bring each other treats during the meets like Gatorades or crackers or goldfish, things like that, and then to celebrate with each other during the meets after they swim their events. They go cheer each other on. So my advice to you is go ahead and sign them up for it. It's a great program and the kids usually love it. If you're not interested, it's okay. We can sign you up later. So you could put no thanks, but I think you'll find that you want to be a part of it. Next to that, or beyond that, you're going to see medical information. One thing I should point out as we go is that everywhere you see a red star, you have to fill that information in. I will tell you that in the doctor's name, if you put doctor, don't put a period. It doesn't recognize those types of characters. So just put doctor the way you see it here on the screen with the DR with no period. Get us the emergency contact person for you, a phone number for them, and what their relationship is. This is important. We don't expect things to go wrong, but we certainly want to be prepared should they. We'll move on down. We'll say we have no medical conditions. You don't need to fill that in. What you'll see next is the meet declarations. This is where you're going to tell us what meets, which swim meets, your child or children will be available. You'll notice that the default here is that your child is not available for any of them. So you will literally have to go check your calendar and then come back and say, I am available for each of these meets, and check the ones that they're available. The dates are listed there. And then for qualifications, you'll choose one for qualifications unless you have swimmers in both age groups. And then we'll move on and you'll tell us you're available for champs as well, whether or not you're available. And once you've got all that checked, we go ahead and click continue. And we're moving on to the next page. This page, this is your primary contact information. This is how we get in touch with you. This is your address, including your city, state, and zip code, and a home phone number. And you may have listed yourself as the contact under the emergency contact in the medical section. If you are living as two parents in the same household, you can just click both, or you might click Parent Guardian 1 or Parent Guardian 2, depending on which parent is going to be the primary. Are you a resident? Yes or no. And then here's the tricky part. The Plainview Pool has an opportunity for you to join the Plainview Pool and be a full-fledged member for the entire summer. And they have added some benefits like being open on Mondays and being open later on certain days. And they're also going to have some concerts and movies on Saturdays during the year. So it is a great idea to join the club. There is a cost associated with that, which would let you skip paying just to be a member of the swim team. But if you choose not to join the pool and just to join the swim team, you will have to purchase a Jeffersontown Plainview Swim Pass for your child, which is access to the pool so your child can come to practices and meets and things like that. It's much cheaper than being a full-fledged member of the pool, but you also are only allowed at the pool when the team is having practice. So, have you purchased your swim and dive? You can click yes if you've purchased a membership or you have your pass.
There will be a link on the sign-up page.
And there'll be a link on the sign-up page when you see that, so you can go do that. All right. This page, you don't have to fill out. This says secondary contact information. This might be in cases where mom and dad are separated or divorced and the child splits time between parents. This would be another way to get in touch with somebody who's in the child's life but doesn't necessarily live in the same home with that child full time. So we'll move forward from there. Now, this top section, this is where you're going to choose. Is your child going to be a member of the swim team, the dive team, or both? In this case, we'll have them sign up for both. You'll notice a discount there. You'll see if you join one, it's $120, but if you join both, it's only $170, $50 more for the other one. You'll also notice that this is where you can purchase your spirit wear, everything from sweatshirts to shorts to t-shirts to we've even got women's cut t-shirts this year, folks. I want you to notice two things. One, on the right-hand side, you'll notice that in every box there's a quantity of 1. You do not need to go in and change all those to 0. You are not ordering 1 of each of those. If you move all the way to the left, you'll see little check boxes. Any of those that you check for the sizes and what you're purchasing, like the mesh shorts in royal blue at an adult small, would be $20, and you've just purchased 1. You can change the quantity if you want, but you will not be charged for anything that you didn't check. So just leave the quantities as 1. Those are the default, and check the box on the left for the ones that you want. Now, if you do want personalization, like your child's name or a family name or some fun phrase on the back, then you can do that too right here. It will add $5 to your total at the end, but that will be taken care of for you, and it will be on the garment when you receive it. Moving forward. This is your volunteer information, and this is your agreement. We ask that families volunteer. The only way we can make this program successful is with tons of work from tons of people. And we ask for volunteers to help out with the meets. Now we're asking you as a family to sign up for either 6 half meets, and the meet is divided, there's 80 events in a meet, and they have a break at halftime at number 40. And you can work either the first half or the second half, or work 3 full meets. You'll see later on, you'll get an email and a link for something called Sign Up Genius, and it will list all of the things for which you can volunteer, and you'll have an opportunity then to choose which areas you'd like to provide your help and which meets you'd like to provide your help. So we have to agree to that to move on as we see the red star. And finally, double check this. Up at the top it says cart. Check your swimmer's name. You can edit info if you need to. Check the pricing that's there. Make sure everything. You will notice there's a processing fee. That processing fee applies to each swimmer or diver. So if you have 3 kids in your family, there'll be a $4 fee for each child. Just one child, it will be just one $4 fee. But the processing fee is per participant. Check the totals there. If that all looks correct, you'll notice something called a coupon code. If you have a child or multiple children and your bill comes to what we'll call an ungodly amount, you'll be provided by one of the board members at Plainview a coupon code at which you will use. You'll use it here, put it in, and it will subtract the right amount. Anything over $375. Okay, anything over $375, and we'll get you back down to that number. That being said, no coupon code today. If you want to add another swimmer, let's say you've got 2 kids in the family, you want to add the next one, don't click checkout. Go back up to the top under cart where it says select another swimmer/diver to register and click go. And it'll bring you back to the process where you can enter a swimmer, but all of your information will still be in the sheet that you filled out already, in this form already. So you won't have to worry about refilling out all of the information, just the information for the new swimmer or diver. Then you'll go to checkout. Okay, it's at this point that we've got to get an account set up for you now. We've got all the information, so we're just going to create an account, and we'll put a false account. We're putting a false account in here. We're putting a false account in here just so that we can show you how to do it. And what's going to happen is you're going to set up an account so that you can go back in anytime if you need to make changes or you find out I am going to be available for a meet that I thought I wasn't going to be available, and put that back in there. Changes can be made to just about anything that you've put in. And once you've got that set up, we'd like to have a primary account email. This is where any of the communications from the swimming and diving teams will come, so that you're up to date on the most current information and things that you need to know to have the most successful season possible. And we will send out communication every now and again. You also have the opportunity to enter a secondary email address just in case one of them goes down or something's wrong with it. Now, for your billing information, think about how your name's listed on your credit card. Think about address, all those kinds of things. This is all your billing information. This is where bills will be sent, probably via your bank after you take care of your credit card stuff. Now, you have an opportunity to pay in several different ways. We're going to choose credit card today. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is all a test, so please don't look at the number that's being typed here and think, great, now I can use that to make my Christmas purchases. Can't do that. But just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like when you finish checking out, we're going to go ahead and put in some numbers here for you. Expiration is January 2015. And just to prove to you that we're not teasing you that this is fake, our name is Active Test 123. And our zip code is nowhere near Louisville.
Beverly Hills.
Okay. Now, this is the waiver. Obviously, with anything that we do, or anything that you do online, if you're signing up for something, they're going to ask you to accept a waiver, especially in the cases of signing up for sports. It just says we don't hold Plainview liable. It says that everything that you've told us is accurate and that we've got everything correct here from you. And you'll also find on there, as you scroll through that, you'll find a swimmer agreement and a parent agreement. So the swimmer agrees to things like, and the diver, to showing up at practices and giving their best effort and trying to have fun. And the parents agree that they're going to let the coaches do their jobs and they'll get their kids to practice and they'll be encouraging and supportive. We really want to build our swim team and our dive team on the three foundations of family, friends, and fun. So you'll find that throughout everything that we do, and that's basically what you're agreeing to here, being a part of something and recognizing that it's bigger than just you. So you're part of a team, and we act accordingly. This is going to process for a minute, then it's going to bring us to your final checkout page. Your final checkout page will tell you everything that's happened so far. It'll tell you the swimmers and divers that you've registered. It will tell you how much you've been charged, and it'll give you an order confirmation number. Now, one of these receipts will also be sent to that primary email address that you signed up with, and will be sent, it'll look somewhat similar to this. It'll be self-explanatory. Oh, here we go. All right, so you'll see this email comes from Plainview Swim and Dive Team. You'll see all of your order information, your account information, the swimmers that you've signed up, the divers you've signed up, and how much you were charged. So that's basically it. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. If you do have questions, feel free to ask one of the board members when you see them at the pool. You can come to our open house, which is scheduled for May 19th. So feel free to come to the open house. Time on that?
I think it was 1 to
4, 1 to 5.
1 to 4, 1 to 5. It'll be on the website.
That'll be on the website too. Show up around 1 o'clock, a little bit after. You'll meet the coaches, you'll meet the board members, and we can answer any questions you have then. Thanks a lot for joining Plainview. We're glad to have you.